Welcome to the Power of Coaching, brought to you by the amazing Daring Success Team. What you say is the Daring Success Team? The Daring Success Team is a group of 4 coaches from the 4 corners of the globe that have come together to help every coach move forward in life in an amazing way. And how are we going to do that? And why did we create this podcast called The Power of Coaching? Well, we have worked together for 4 years on the internet, in person, around the world. And we've been in different groups, different sessions, and different learning experiences. And the 4 of us have had many conversations, and we've decided that we were going to take the best aspects from all of those different things that we felt would help coaches move forward and apply them to a coaching practice session and apply them to a podcast to educate coaches and individuals on the best way to continually move forward and be happy in life. I am Hardy Brooklyn. I am a life coach based in Brooklyn, New York, that helps people and individuals live their authentic self, their true self, and overcome challenges in life. Isabel?
Thanks, Hardy, and welcome, everybody. Well, I'm Isabel Nanin. I'm a women's empowerment coach based in Ecuador. And I accompany women, professional women, introverted women, and female entrepreneurs to turn their doubts into success. So welcome. And part of the Daring team as well, being internationally represented, we can help using 4 different languages. So Anna, you in Italy, tell us about yourself.
Hello. Hi, everyone. So my name is Anna. I am based in Italy and I am a life coach. Also, I coach women and I help them to live authentically and accept themselves and love themselves fully so that they're able to go after their desires and their dreams. And now it's Stan's turn.
Thank you, Anna. Yes, my name's Stan Nelson. I'm from Perth, Western Australia. So we're on the other side of the world from Hardy. I'm a moving forward and goal success coach. I help people discover their strengths, shift limiting beliefs, rewrite their life story, find their path, their passion, and their purpose. And as a martial arts instructor, the power of coaching is something that I have known for a long time. And I think I'm going back to Hardy now.
Thank you, Stan. Thank you, Isabel. And thank you, Anna. So we're just going to go over today and get right into it. And one of the things that we felt was really important was, what does coaching give your life? And one of the things that I'd like to ask of Isabel is, what kind of values does coaching help instill in people's lives or your clients?
Coaching is very powerful because we are looking at the future, right? We know where we are, but sometimes we get stuck. We know where we want to be, but we don't know how to do it. So the coaching helps to structure the path from A to B, being the future. And we have the opportunity to go back sometimes in the past because we've been told or we've been given comments which got stuck, and that's why we're stuck in that situation. So that's one of the beauty and the benefits of coaching, is that we, with the help of a coach, can create our life.
Thank you, Isabel. What kind of insights do your clients get when you work with them on a day-to-day basis or a month-to-month basis or a year, whatever kind of program that you have, or what kind of insights have you also seen in the coaching sessions that we've put on, the practice sessions? We've had 2 and we've had a bunch of them. Let's go to Stan. And then right after Stan's done, I'm going to let Anna fill in anything Stan missed.
Thanks, Hardy. so many things to get. So pretty much a lot of the insights. I think when I first started coaching was when I did a coaching session with somebody and they did it on me, and you were like, oh yeah, I kind of figured out the questions. What really kind of impacted me more was the insights I got when I started coaching people that weren't in my course because they didn't know what the questions were and they kind of didn't have prepared answers, and it was kind of real and authentic. And you're thinking, oh, this doesn't work until you ask somebody that goes, oh, I don't know anything about that. I just answer the question. And so a lot of the coaching was discovery. A lot of it's finding the missing pieces for people.
Anna, how would you elaborate on that from your experiences as far as what kind of insights have people gotten from our workshops?
So I think coaching is very powerful because it actually makes you understand that the power is in your hand, the control is in your hands. While nowadays many people think that they can't do anything about their situations, or they're just like living day by day, not thinking about it. And so coaching makes you really find your own answers and understand that you can make those changes and you can give yourself a possibility of growing and being happier in your life.
Thank you, Anna. So one of the things that we've noticed when we have been in these groups is that we have realized that coaches need coaches. I've been coaching for 5 years now. And when I started coaching, I was like, I'm never going to need a coach. Then I started doing these workshops and I realized that there are things that I get stuck in my life that as a coach, I am missing because I'm so focused outwardly on asking those questions to other people that even when I turn them in on myself, I can't answer them honestly and truthfully because I don't have the person constantly asking those questions. And even if I ask the questions, it's very different when the safe space is yourself and the safe space is other coaches. How do you feel this podcast, in conjunction with the workshops we're doing on Tuesdays at 9:30 Eastern Time, will help benefit coaches the most, Isabel?
Well, first they will practice. So they will practice. They can be seasoned or aspiring coaches. They will practice the questions because for every session we have a topic, a theme. And last time we had commitment, and then we guide the coaches to use their own style, and we learn from each other. And it's true. I totally agree when you say that a coach needs a coach, because sometimes even in a coaching session, we work with our clients and suddenly something crops up as well regarding our experience, our childhood, and things we have to work, but we can't work on our own. So talking to another coach helps us to get a different perspective. And as I said, learning curve all the time.
Thank you, Isabel. One of the things that this podcast is going to do is it's going to also summarize and reinforce what happened on the Tuesday before. Podcast is Thursday sometime. Workshop is Tuesdays at 9:30 Eastern Time. So we're going to be summarizing what happened on this. So it's really going to be important to, if you can't make the podcast, to drop in and see what you missed, as well as to understand what other people got out of it. Because during these workshops, we're actually asking the coaches to give us feedback, no matter how positive, no matter how negative. There's going to be a question asked at the end of every workshop that you need to text in, email in, Instagram in, send in to us your answer to that. And we're going to talk about that answer on the next podcast. And this week we talked about commitment. And we actually got some very good feedback from an attendee about commitment, that she realized that she needed to do something about it. And I'd like to hand it off to Anna to kind of talk about a little bit about what feedback we received about the workshop we did around commitment.
Yeah, we received a very good feedback from an attendee, as you said, and she really enjoyed the sessions, the workshop, and practicing, and she understood that she really needed to do something about her, let's say, overcommitment in that case. So yeah, so she was pleased with it.
She was pleased, but she also realized that she had overcommitted herself and she was not giving herself space for self-improvement and self-reflection. And she's readdressing that, and we'll see what happens, but she will definitely be back because we've been communicating with her. So why would somebody come to a coach? Why would somebody seek out the coaching world? What do they understand about that coaching world itself? Isabel?
Well, coming to coaching is a way to take control, as Anna says, of your life, and to get somebody who will be there every step of the way to accompany you to change your life and the way you want it to be. Change yourself as well, so you get the best, you become the best version of yourself, and you are happy, and people around you will be happy too, because you will have been working on some fears or on limiting beliefs, as well on maybe procrastination, and that's why you're not living the life you want. So coaching is a way to just take control and get there.
So to help our coaches out that are part of our group, we've created themes, whatever you want to call them, and every single workshop is going to have a different theme. Stan, what are the purposes of those themes? And can you kind of tell us the themes and when to expect those themes to pop up on people's calendars?
Yes, Hardy. So what we're looking at the moment is the fundamental questions that coaches asked. So one of the things that was important to me was we had a bunch of coaches, not just in this group, but in some other groups, that mentioned about commitment. So as a coach, I then looked for questions that would help me as a coach deal with people's commitment. And then I came on Tuesday with a series of questions that I can ask, see what happens, how I can interact, what happens with the client. And the really cool thing was I was with a bunch of other coaches. They had a bunch of different questions, so I stole some of their questions as well. So the next theme in the week is probably one that gets dealt with in just about every self-help book and coaching that happens, which is goals, because we deal with that a lot as coaches. And I know I do as a goal success coach. I'm always looking for, have people got goals and are they accountable? And then I shine the light on the dark areas that, what's stopping them and how do we keep them moving, sort of thing. And yes, we have a bunch of, so up to the end of October, we are looking at fundamental coaching questions. So goals is next week, and I think the following one is money. So we're going to have a look at questions about money.
Thank you, Stan. How does somebody get started as a coach or being coached? How do you start that process? Where do you look? What do you do? What different kind of options are there out there? Anna?
Okay, so as a coach, what I would do is to get a course and study, because it's really important, I think, to understand about the human being as much as you can. For the individual instead. What was the question? Sorry, Hardy. Sorry about that.
How does an individual
About the
get
individual.
started? What do they do? What do they think about? Like, society has already documented the process of getting a therapist, but a coach is very different, and that's not really out there and documented as far as what you should do. So how do you get started to find a coach, or like what does that look like to people?
How do you get started? Well, you mean about the process inside process?
Yeah.
Well, you realize that there is something maybe missing in your life, or maybe that you want to achieve. And so you want that help. Maybe you are stuck. You don't know what to do. And so the coach is there for that. The coach is there to help you to look at your present and move into your future. So it's not like a therapist that goes back all the way to your past and stays there and tries to understand. The coach, he might understand what you're talking about, but he wants you to understand what's not working at the moment. What are your obstacles, and from there help you with accountability, with tools, with just bringing you forward into your future and helping you step by step to achieve what you want to achieve in your life.
And that's what we kind of help the coaches do in our group. And that's what we're going to be doing through the podcast by explaining the different core values and working with coaches to better understand the questions they're asking, to understand that there are lots of different questions out there. One of the things that I do is I bring multiple modalities. I took multiple certifications to become a coach. I am not just certified by one place. I took 3 programs, and I've taken a ton of different other programs. And moving forward, we have lots of different modalities that we're going to have here. And one of the things I'd like Isabel to tell us is, how are we going to allow different modalities in the workshops to play safely?
The thing is, I feel, Hardy, that as a coach, we all have our own style, and that's the beauty of it. The own style. So we bring on the table so many different techniques, which has worked. We've used with our clients. Our intuition as well, we need to use. And there isn't like a recipe. It's just and anyway, the first thing obviously is the connection with our clients. But as a coach and part of the practice we do on Tuesdays, we are in a space which is non-judgmental, which is everything in like the active listening, because it's really part of the coaching, right? So it's very important, because coaching will help to grow. And as Stan was saying, that we shared last time some questions, and he stole some questions, so did I. And so in a way, it's like a collaboration. Really, it's a collaboration of different styles, things that work, things we don't know, tools we can use. So that's the beauty of the coaching, is just like there isn't one recipe. And we need to trust ourselves as a coach that we have the right question, because there's no wrong question.
Thank you, Isabel. And just one of the things I'd like to summarize is that there is really no wrong question. You might not get the answer that you expected, but you're always going to learn from those questions. And if you're going to start thinking that things are wrong or right, you need to get a coach. You really need to get a coach. We created this group. This group has been successful. Please check us out at daringsuccessteam.com. That'll forward you to our Facebook link, our LinkedIn link, and hopefully you will see this podcast streamed on LinkedIn and Facebook in the future. For now, enjoy it on YouTube. Thank you very much, and have a great evening or day or whatever time of day it is in your part of the world. To reach out to us, We can be reached at coaches@daringsuccessteam.com. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.